And welcome. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 30th day of September 2022. It's my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, brother. It's a dark and cloudy day here at Site B. Rain? No. The weather report says heat wave, but who knows? It's Friday. It's time to take a look at all of the tabletop role-playing game news, bits and bobs that we may have missed. And of course, the only thing that we're really talking about for at least the next month is One D&D Playtest Round 2. I have some clarifications on some of the stuff we talked about in the 3 episodes yesterday before we move on to today's episode when we take a look at feats and what has changed since a month ago. The general consensus amongst the other playtesters here on the response site and the review site is Rangers got nerfed and don't make sense. Bards kind of got an upgrade and seem to feel more like magicians now than jack of all trades. And in fact, some people have said that they should be moved over to the caster block and not here in the expert block. In regards to rogues, some people feel that they're about the same. Feels like sneak attack got nerfed because now it's an attack action. And the chances of them actually succeeding on sneak attack now kind of feel backwards, and there's a lot more math involved than there used to be. I feel like rogues kind of got the least screw over, other than some things just being moved. But yeah, I could see how some people would be not happy with how the sneak attack is even more difficult. But of course, since we know that now Wizards of the Coast wants to play the game where nobody actually gets hurt and it's perfectly safe, I guess I could understand why you would nerf backstab, because you don't want a player character sneak attacking another player character or actually hurting any of the bad guys. Well, they're not bad guys anymore, they're just misunderstood. In regards to the Rangers multi-attack and Conjure Barrage, because Conjure Barrage flings down multiple weapons that each one counts as a attack, I guess that's why they can define hundreds of arrows falling out into the ground and maybe striking one or two dudes as a multi-attack. The main thing that seems to be missing, though, is the Rangers' core survival. Favored terrain, gone. The whole I'm a ranger, I can survive in the wilderness for 20 days on my own with nothing but a stick, seems to be gone. That seems to be a huge oversight. That's, surviving in the woods and surviving off the land and being just a ranger. I can range out, for 20, 30 days and then come back. That seems to be missing. Instead, they're just sort of the IKEA of D&D right now. And we got some leftover stuff, you can have it. Oh, gee, thanks. I can climb walls now. But we can assume that will be changed. And speaking of changes, it's time to take a look at the feats and how those have changed. So, now I'm sure you've been hearing that they changed criticals again. I love how if you watch the interview with Crawford, he keeps referring to it as 2014. So basically, Crawford is back on his Dungeons and Dragons did not exist before 2014. 5th edition D&D is the only D&D that counts. Everything is backwards compatible with 2014 D&D, but not the rest of D&D. And that's just something we're going to have to unpack in a separate video. Maybe I have to, do like a interview with somebody and see how they interpreting it. Because if you watch the video of Crawford talking about round 2 of the playtest, it's borderline creepy. Crawford has always been kind of creepy and kind of self-centered and kind of egotistical, but now it's even more creepy. But we're not talking about that yet, because that's a whole separate kettle of fish I don't know if I want to get into right now. I need to be more awake before I get into the psychology of Jeremy Crawford and how it's going to affect the idiots and the amount of bizarre videos we're going to see in response to that, because we're going to see them. Support me, caffeine. I will sell out. Feats. All right. So, of course, first we have the brand new, not new, ability score improvement. And let's just throw this out there now. If there's anything that seems sort of familiar about these feats, or kind of like, I feel like I've seen that somewhere else, yet I know I can't have, because D&D is so original. Everything Wizards of the Coast is doing right now has never been done before, and yet I'm looking at these and I'm going, weird. Where have I seen these? If they feel really familiar, like, I don't know. Pathfinder 2nd edition, Level Up Advanced D&D from EN World, and 4th edition? No. Crawford would never do that. All right, so we have the ability score improvement feat, which basically is the thing you could do before at 4th level, but now it's a feat, because now at 4th level you can choose to take a +2 to 1 ability, or +1 to 2 abilities. You can't increase them above 20. They'll change that, I'm sure. People will complain about that. Or you could take a feat. And remember, some of the feats also give you bonus stats. And this is brand new. You could never do this before, even though if you go to the player's handbook from day one, you could do this, because, yeah. Reasons? Now, these seem to be, now we have, in the first batch of feats, we had the feats you could take at the start of the game. And all the feats were somehow connected to a background, and a lot of them made no sense. Now we have the 4th level feats. These are the feats you can take at 4th level, and they have prerequisites, so you can't take them unless you have a certain thing. Boy, that sure sounds original. I have to have a stat of 13 plus before I can take this ability at 4th level? Yeah, never heard that before. That's totally new. Totally. Yeah, totally original. We have the actor feat. You have to have a charisma of 13 for it. It increases your charisma +1. That allows you to do improvisations, disguising yourself, and mimic sounds. We have the athlete feat. You can't take it to 4th level. You have to have a strength or dexterity or constitution of 13 plus. You can increase your strength, dexterity, or constitution by 1 to a maximum of 20. It's not all 3. We know people are going to misread that and say, oh no, it says I can raise all 3. No. You gain a climb speed equal to your normal speed. We're going to have a lot of people pretending to be Spider-Man. You get hop up, which allows you to move from prone, which you can do before for half move, but now it's even less than that. And you can jump. We have the Charger feat, 4th level feat. You have to know how to use any martial weapon. You get a +1 to your strength or dexterity. With that, you get improved dash, and you get something called a charge attack. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before hitting, you get to add a D8 to your damage. Because I guess we didn't have charge before, except we did, but now, it's better explained, and you get to do a D8 damage. Crossbow expert, 4th level feat. You have to have proficiency in a martial weapon. You can increase your dexterity by 1. You can ignore the loading property of crossbows. Has anybody ever paid attention to that? In the history of the game. I mean, I've been playing for 40 years. I don't think I ever remember anybody telling me, oh, you need a round to reload your crossbow. But now you can ignore that. You can fire in melee. If you're at least 5 feet away from an enemy, you don't get disadvantage on your attack rolls with crossbows. Did you get disadvantage on crossbow attacks before if you were 5 feet away from your enemy or closer than 5 feet? I mean, if you're in the enemy's face with a crossbow, I think you get disadvantage, but I'm not sure. But I don't remember anybody ever saying, well, if you're far enough away, you get disadvantage. And we have dual wielding. Oh, this one's going to be misrepresented and misread. When you make an extra attack with a light weapon property, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the extra attack if that attack is with a crossbow that has the light property. When you make an extra attack of the light weapon property, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the extra attack if that attack is with a crossbow that has the light property. Does this mean I can dual wield crossbows, or I can shoot one crossbow twice? When you make an extra attack of the light weapon property. So that's what? Dual wielding pistol crossbows? You can add your ability modifier to the damage of the extra attack if the attack is with the crossbow that has a light property. What? Oh, I think my Vons.com delivery is here. We have something called Defensive Duelist. 4th level feat. Must have a dexterity of 13. You get a +1 to your dexterity. You get the parry ability. If you're holding a finesse weapon and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your armor class for the attack, potentially causing the attack to miss. So you got to have a weapon, and if you do have the weapon in your hand, you can use the bonus action to increase your armor class by, I don't know, your attack mode. By your proficiency bonus. So at 4th level, that would be +3, I think. Hi, thank you. Yes, hi, thank you. Yay, you get to see me do everyday life stuff. Wasn't that exciting? Woo, real life here at Site B. I apologize.
Where were we?
Oh yeah, parry. Dual wielder. 4th level feat. You must be proficient with a martial weapon. You can add 1 to your strength or dexterity. You gain enhanced dual wielding. When you're holding a weapon with a light property in one hand, you can treat a non-light weapon in your other hand as if it had the light property, provided the weapon lacks the two-handed property. So double short swords, double daggers. You can draw or quick draw. You can draw or stow 2 weapons that lack the two-handed property when you would normally be able to draw or stow only one. Look at me. There goes my pistol crossbows. Yeah, we're going to have some pistol crossbow pit wielders. Durable. You must have a constitution of 13. You must be 4th level. You can increase your constitution by 1. You have an advantage on death saving throws. No. Wait, what? No. And as a bonus action, you can expend 1 of your hit dice, roll the dice, and regain the number of hit points equal to the roll. So, fighters have the second win, where they can do that once. But now anybody can do this, and they can do it as many times as they want, because it's a bonus action. And you have advantage on death saving throws. Because remember, we want D&D 4th edition to be safe now, where nobody can die. It was bad enough that there's no negative anymore, unless you're using the catastrophic damage or things like that. There's no instant death anymore. Though, as we've seen in Critical Role, you can still die. But now, when I roll my death save, I get to roll it twice and take the better of the 2. Yeah, wow. Well, it just fits with the way Wizards of the Coast wants D&D to go, having it be safe. Yeah. And, hey, fighters, your action surge. Well, now everybody at 4th level is going to be able to do it, making your action surge sort of pointless, unless, of course, they change action surge. But then, they could do it, as a bonus action, you could expend your hit dice to roll the dice and regain a number of hit points equal to your roll, which at 4th level means you could do that 4 times. Elemental at tab. 4th level feat, you have to be able to cast spells or have the Pack Magic feature. So basically, you have to be able to cast spells. You must choose a different damage chime each type for energy mastery. If you're in your spell casting, you can harness a particular form of energy with deadly mastery. Ability score increase. Increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1. Energy mastery. Choose one of the following damage type: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Spells you cast ignore resistance to damage of the chosen type. In addition, when you roll damage for the spell that deals damage, if you roll 1, they become 2. So if I'm rolling a 8d6 fireball, I can choose to have people ignore the damage resistance from the fireball, and on any 2 ones I roll on my 8d6 fireball will become a 2. Didn't it used to be that you could change the element? Like, I remember using Elemental Mastery to change my Searing Rays damage from fire to acid more than once, and I always thought that was cool, but I guess now it's, if you have 1 lightning bolt, you can just have it ignore creatures that have lightning resistance. And you can upgrade the damage from 1s to 2. I like the other way better. This is sort of cool. It definitely makes it so people are less likely to just go, ha ha ha, your fireball. All right, now we move into the Epic Boons. These are the 20th level feats. So we have Epic Boon of Combat Prowess. You have to be 20th level. You have to be an expert or a warrior. When you miss with a melee attack, you can hit instead. Once you use this benefit, you cannot use it again until you roll your next initiative. So once per fight, you can go, nope, I hit. Sorry. Yeah, I hit. What if you roll a 1? Well, apparently they've changed that according to Crawford, so yeah. Once per fight, you can just say, I hit, instead of I miss. Could I just not roll? Could I just say, you know what, I'm going to use my Epic Boon of Combat Prowess and just hit the guy right now? I mean, I don't care about the critical roll. I just want to do my, 2d8 plus 30. Epic Boon of Dimensional Travel. This is for the expert or mage group. You can cast Misty Step spell without expanding a spell slot. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative or finish a short or long rest. So once per fight, you can Misty Step. Well, actually, if it's not using a spell slot, does that mean I can use it unlimited? They need to better explain this without expanding a spell list slot. Does that mean I can use it as many times as I want? Or does that mean I could just use it more than once? Like twice? One of the things I like is number of times equal your proficiency bonus. At first level, I can do my thing twice, and then I have to take a short rest. I like that. I like that so much, I've stolen it for some of the stuff I've worked on. But then here at 20th level, they change it. They take it away. Instead, you can cast it without expanding a spell slot. How about have it read just like everything else? You can do Misty Step as a bonus action a number of times equal to your 20th level proficiency bonus, which I think is 6. And then you have to take a short rest. Otherwise, you get to do it, twice per fight? Or as many times as you want. You can use it, but then you can't use it again until you roll initiative. So you could only do it once per fight, but it doesn't count as a spell. Is overcomplicating something that you already fixed with a new mechanic. And the new mechanic, I actually like the new mechanic, so why change it? Why change it to once per fight? Every time I roll initiative, unless I'm rolling initiative every round, then still, I roll initiative, we have the fight, I can Misty Step once, and then once we get into the next fight, I can do it again. How about just go back to the new mechanic that you've already added? Epic Boon of Energy Resistance. You have to be an expert or a mage. You gain resistance to 1 time of energy. And when you take a rest, you can change that damage type. So you can wake up and go, today I want to have resistance to cold. And then for the whole time, you're like, yes, I'm taking resistance to cold. And then you're like, oh, no, we're about to run into a dragon. I'm going to take a short rest and change it to fire. That's awesome. All right, Epic Boon of Fortitude. Anybody can take this one. Your hit point maximum increases by 40. In addition, whenever you regain hit points, you regain additional hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. You can regain these additional hit points no more than once per round. This messes up with the toughness and some healing spell. So now the hit point maximum, if I normally can only have 30 hit points, and then somebody casts like aid on me, which gives me an extra D8 hit points, it now reads, well, you can't have more than 30. So if you've reached your maximum, my aid's not going to give you the bonus, which is dumb. But apparently that's the way it's always been, so apparently I've just been playing it wrong. But now they're like, well, here's 40 extra points. So if you have 30 hit points and I cast aid on you, well, that's okay because you can have up to 40. So the hit point maximum, I think, can go above how many hit points you have at that level. And then you regain these additional hit points no more than once. So you can sort of heal yourself. That one needs to be written better. Epic Boon of Irresistible Offense. This is for expert or warrior groups. The damage you deal always ignores resistance. Any damage I deal ignores resistance, because remember, bards can cast spells. So that means a 20th level bard who takes Epic Boon of Irresistible Offense and cast a damaging spell can ignore all resistance. That's way better than a warrior going, oh no, he takes half damage from my arrow, because when does that happen? Oh no, he takes half damage from my sword. Half damage from slashing. But who has that other than maybe slime? But a bard's like, I'm 20th level, I'm gonna cast this, I don't know, lightning bolt out of this wand I have, and you can ignore, and I'm gonna ignore your lightning resistance. Yeah. That one's gonna need work. Epic Boon of Luck, oh god. Immediately after you roll a d20 on a d20 test, you can roll a d10 and add the number rolled to the test. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative or finish a short rest or long rest. D20 test. Is that the same? It's a roll to hit, right? Well, I guess it's all the expert groups, so I guess if the middle of the fight I want to jump over a cliff, and I definitely want to make sure I jump over the cliff, I can do ridiculous luck stacking. Of course, with the way luck works now in 5e, you're going to have halfling urchins who have taken at least one level with the divination wizard, or are taken bard so they can get guidance. So we're going to be rolling lucky feat, halfling luck, guidance, epic luck, plus whatever else you can add into that. Plus the divination ability to just choose your dice roll unless they change that. Epic Boon of the Night Spirit. This is a 20th level feat for experts or mages. While within dim light or darkness, you can become invisible as an action. You remain invisible until immediately after you take an action or a reaction. That's an epic boon? I'm pretty sure there's spells, potions, scrolls, and rings that do the exact same thing. If I'm 20th level, I'm not going to waste a feat on maybe being invisible in the dark, when I can just go, here, 50 gold pieces, give me a potion of invisibility. No. Epic Boon of Peerless Aim, 20th level feat. This is for the expert or the warrior group. You can make a ranged attack against a target in range and miss. You can cause the attack to hit instead. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative. So once per fight, if you miss somebody with your arrow, you can go, no, that arrow comes back around and hits him in the back of the head. does normal damage. It's not a free crit. Let's make sure that people understand this is not going to be a free crit. This just means that no matter what your armor class is, dude, I'm automatically hitting you at least once if I miss. Is this better than rolling to hit and hopefully getting a crit? Or just missing and going, oh, well, I missed this round, but I'm 20th level, so I probably get more than one attack. But now you can go, oh, that one arrow missed, but it swings around. It hits him for normal damage. Plus whatever. Needs to be written better. Epic Boon of Recovery. This is for any class. This is a 20th level feat. You can use your bonus action to regain a number of hit points equal to half your hit point maximum. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it until you finish a long rest. In addition, you succeed on every death saving throw that isn't a roll of 1. So if you roll 2 through 20, you succeed. Other than that, if you roll the 1, then you failed 1 death saving throw. So not only do you get this ability to kind of sort of heal yourself, you can just go, yeah, I'm not dead. I succeeded on that roll. I rolled 2. Thankfully, you can only take one of these feats at 20th level, though I'm sure they're going to figure out a way for people to be able to take more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, part of me is like, no, it's already so hard to kill you, and you're 20th level, and now you're just going to go, nope. But thankfully, if you take this, you can't take any other epic boons. So, yeah, I leave the death saving throw alone. It's already hard enough to kill somebody in 5e. Now you're making it even harder. Which I guess fits the whole we don't want anybody to actually get hurt. At 20th level, we have the Epic Boon of Skill Proficiency. You gain proficiency in all skills. So I'm adding my stat modifier plus my proficiency modifier, which I think at 20th is +5 or +6. I like that one. Epic Boon of Speed. This is for the expert or warrior group. You get to add 30 feet to your basic speed. Oh, and monks are warriors now. So I could be able to. I could definitely have a 20th level character that's the Flash. My speed will be increased by 30, plus all the other bonuses I get for being a monk that's made it to 30th level. Wow. But that's the only one you can take. And really, when you're at 20th level, is your biggest thing going to be I want to be able to run 30 feet faster. Epic Boon of Undetectability. This is for the expert group. This 20th level feat. You can't be seen or heard by any means, magical or non-magical, while you are hidden. This is way better than the Epic Boon of Invisibility. Why would I take that one, the Epic Boon of the Night Spirit, when I can just go, I roll a hide. I roll a stealth. I'm a rogue. I'm 20th level. I'm plus 375 to stealth. I'm hidden. You can't detect me by any means, magical or non-magical. I can't be seen or heard. I could walk right up in front of you and go, but since I'm hiding, that's way better than the other one. We have the Epic Boon of the Unfettered. This is for the expert or warrior group. As a bonus action, you can take the disengage action, which also ends the grappled and restrained conditions on you. Couldn't I do that before? Well, I mean, ending the grappled or restrained condition is new, but well, yeah, but I think before the bad guys got a attack of opportunity if I disengage. Now I don't know. Yeah. If I disengage, you get an attack of opportunity. If it was withdraw, where you don't get an attack of opportunity. This one's like, nope, bonus action, I can disengage. No attack of I guess I need to read up disengage again, because right now it doesn't really feel like that's a thing. Now we move on to the fighting styles. These are first level feats. Fighting style, archery, warrior group. You gain +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Yay. Fighting style, defense. How many of these do we have? How far have we gone in? All right, that's a half an hour. Let's stop this one here. We will continue with this after. I think you guys need a break. I need a break. 30 minutes is way too long talking about D&D feats, and I don't think you want to see me do this for 2 hours. So here's the first half of the feats. What do we think? Some of them I'm okay with. Others, Some of them seem stupid. A lot of them need to be explained better. Some of the epic feats feel truly epic, while the others kind of just feel like that's a waste of a feat. Oh, yay, I can run 30 feet extra. So now my movement rate is 60 instead of 30. Unless I'm a monk, then it's, 80 instead of 30 or 90. That's epic. On the other hand, some of them are like, yeah, that's fucking epic. The ability to hide and remain completely undetectable to all means known to man. At 20th level, my stealth is going to be like pretty much automatically succeeding unless I roll a 1. And since they've changed that, I'm literally going to be able to walk up and people will go, you can't see me, John Cena defense. That's it for this half. We will be back later on today with the second half. I am the OGGM. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. Shameless plug here. Remember, I have merch now. Check out the West Coast Grognard fashion line over Teespring. Link down below. Also, check out my first brand new adventure up at Big Geek Emporium. Link down below. If you want to see the playtest on your own, the link to the D&D Beyond is also down below. So read through all the stuff because there's links, and I will see you in a couple minutes. Oh boy, it's going to be a long day.